What is good, YouTube? We back with another video. You tuned in from last time, you know what's going on. We're gonna be installing the rear diffuser for the WRX. I already got the car jacked up on jack stands and everything. Take away from the boring process of how to doing that. I mean, it's already simple, already done in 2 other videos. If you want to go back to those other videos and just go ahead and watch them. But today we're gonna be installing the brand new WRX diffuser. I can show you what it looks like. It pretty much look like this view right there. It's gonna be right behind. It's a little subtle diffuser, just right under the car. Just add a little something to it. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna show y'all exactly how to put this whole install together. So first things first, as always with the diffuser, just like the tail light, what you wanna do is pop the trunk first. So after you pop the trunk, go ahead and remove everything that is inside of the trunk, just to get down into the spare tire, and go ahead and remove that one too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just time lapse this one and show y'all. But first things first, before we do anything else, little product review. Pretty much, it's just gonna be this little diffuser. All it's gonna be like this. Here's the bottom end and the top side. Pretty much the whole mounting part for the front. It has 4 self tappers, 2 bolts, and these 2 bolts are back here. To be honest, the mounting system for the very back, which is this, isn't very secure. And I'm gonna show you what I mean by later. But we're gonna have to do a little bit of modifying to these metal plates. But yeah, it should be pretty quick install and everything. So let's go ahead straight to the trunk. After that, moving on to the next step, go ahead and pop out these little rubber grommets right here. You can push through from the bottom, which is what I want to do, just like that. Go ahead and get them from the other side and then move on to the next step. Next step, all you're gonna want to do is go ahead and just unscrew all these, because right now we're not gonna need them just yet. Let's go ahead and unscrew both of them. Go ahead and put them in a little container like this, just so you don't lose them. And grab your diffuser and go ahead and line it up and make sure everything's straight. The main thing you want to try to do is line up this middle light right here. Well, for me it's a light because I just switched it out last week. But go ahead and line it up. Make sure everything is just centered so that when you drill it in, nothing offset, just like so, like that. Everything looks good. Everything looks pretty good to me. Kind of tweak it around, just like that. Make sure all the lines are set. And then after, go ahead and get a drill and drill the self tappers that are included into this part of the rear bumper, and should hold itself back in place. And then, but before you do any of that, make sure, here, I'll just show y'all real quick. Make sure that when you held the diffuser, make sure the 2 holes for the rubber grommets are both lined up, because that's gonna be important for after. But I'm just gonna go ahead and screw these in, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like with just the self tappers on. All right, here's what it looks like with just the 4 self tappers in the front. Obviously it looks kind of weird on that, but if you look from this angle, everything is all lined up. And this is all evenly spaced right there. Looks a little weird on camera because where the camera's located, but everything's all spaced out in person. Looks pretty clean. So now, moving on to the next step, which is these 2 bolts on each side right here. Pretty much because of the clear, pretty much it's like an aftermarket. The fitment isn't entirely too good, and the bolts that it comes with kind of don't reach. The extra bolts that come with kind of don't reach, and I'm not trying to drill a hole right back there because it doesn't have that much material anyways. So I'm just gonna try to push it up like this, and just go ahead and pretty much clean out this screw right here, and try to put a self tapper right there with one of the extra ones I have, or even the ones that come with, and then see how that goes. So let me see what I come up with for y'all. So what I just did was get one of the self tappers that were included and just kind of drill that from that angle into that plastic piece. These scratch marks from this down, they already came with the kit. The one up there is from the screw. Here's what it looks like on the other side. This one was a lot easier. The fitment was a lot better. And you know, same little scratch marks like that. So now, moving on to this area, and I'll show you how to do that too. So pretty much whenever the installation, when the product came, it had the bolts like this. What they wanted us to do was, you know, put the bolt there, and just kind of like secure it like that, which doesn't really look really good, and it also like leaves a lot of room to be desired, because like one, water could get through and just go in through that seal. What I've seen a lot of people do is they put the seal back on and they drill a hole from under and then drill a hole in the middle of the plate right here, so that it's like it's gonna be like this, so it's a lot more secured pretty much. So I'm just gonna go ahead, drill a hole right there, put the seal back, drill it up from under, and install it, and then show y'all what it looks like after. All right, y'all, so for my mounting brackets, all I want to do is just screw these two holes down. Got a piece of wood and just pretty much drilled out a hole that was big enough for the bolt in the middle. Next, all you want to do is just take out the screws. Get out the screws and pretty much get the whole bracket out and move on to that side. All right, y'all, so here's how the assembly process is gonna look like. There's already one in there. So from under, you know, when I push it in, I just grabbed an extra washer that was there. So it goes washer, and then it goes rubber grommet in between. Then the mounting bracket, then another washer, and then the included bolt. Only problem is, for the bolts that came with the actual diffuser, they were really short. So I just grabbed an extra 5mm, which is this side, and just add an extension one. It still works out in the end and all that. Let me go ahead and just time lapse putting it together, and then I'm gonna show you how to tighten it down. Well, how I did it. It's kind of ratchet, but it works. So. After how I did it is, I have this 10mm deep socket from the battery video. So I just put it on top like this because it's like the perfect fit, right? And then I get the drill and I go from under, and as I hold the 10mm as I'm screwing it in, and it just gets tightened by itself. Like this one's not moving anytime soon. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for y'all too, so y'all can see. Time lapse this too. All right, now that should be tight right there. Hopefully these don't interfere. I might have to chop them off with the, what's it called, the grinder. But after that, that should be the whole install process for the diffuser. It's all locked in tight and everything. Let me move the camera for you so y'all can see. Pretty much, it's all locked in tight. It's not moving anytime soon. Everything's all tight. Sides down, bottom, and the top. Like that. So go ahead and just put everything back together. A little bit of camera magic. Wait, hold on. And with a little bit of camera magic, it's gonna be done in 3, 2, 1. Everything's all done. Let's go, bro. And y'all probably wondering, bro, can I definitely get away with this with just using only? I mean, you definitely can get away with this without having to use a jack and everything. There's a reason why I jacked up the whole car. So y'all probably wondering why I jacked the car up and put jack stands under them. Well, it's because you can definitely get away with this without doing jack stands and everything. But there's a reason behind it. It's because I'm already doing this whole install process, and I kind of want to hear what it sounds like to have an axle back for the WRX. So I went ahead and jacked up the whole car when I had energy. To be honest, this install was not hard at all. And I'm gonna take off the mufflers and see what it sounds like for it to just have an axle back. I already took a recording clip before, but now I'm gonna tell you what it looks like when it's after, when I disconnect the axle backs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then see what it sounds like for y'all. Let me show y'all what it sounds like, I mean. All right, so let's cut to the clip. But yup, that's pretty much it, y'all. That's the whole install for the diffuser. The axle back. If I took off the axle, oh, race car, oh. But it sounds sexy. I think that might be one of my next two. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting a muffler delete soon, but that shit sounds so good. But that's today's video. Here's what the diffuser looks like on the car. Bottom angle. I think it looks pretty dope. It definitely adds a little bit to what the car was missing a little bit, because it kind of completes the whole, what's it called? Arrow. That was called the whole arrow for the car, because it got the front lip, side skirt, back splats, and the diffuser. It kind of just adds everything, makes the car look a little lower too. I'm gonna put the car down and show you what it looks like. Here's what it looks like lower, the whole car down. I mean, it doesn't add that much, but it adds a little something that was kind of missing, because before it just kind of ended like right there. You can see the muffler was lower than anything else. So I feel like it does a little something, kind of hides under. But I hope y'all found today's video helpful. You know, help you out, make you do a couple decisions, get a sneak peek to the couple next videos, that muffler delete. But I hope y'all like the video today. If you do, be sure to go down, like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications to get notified whenever I post a new video. And we out this hoe. Peace.